whenever Srila Prabhupada would come, it would always be like all the devotees start painting the temple and everything, you know, cleaning and just chaos. And we were making these arches in front of the deities. The ladies were painting very beautiful gold decorations in front of Radhaparsishwar. And by the time Prabhupada was coming from the airport, the arches were still wet, and they were going in front of the deities, and you know, that's how rushed it was. And so I wanted to go to the airport. I'd never seen Srila Prabhupada, and so I asked Bhagavan, can I please go to the airport? And Bhagavan said, no, there's too much to do. So I burst into tears, and he said, oh, go, I can't stand seeing women cry, just go. So I got in the back of the van. We all, you know, we had drivers and no seats in the back, and we all just piled in, and we go to the airport. And I remember, to me, it seemed to be an escalator, like Prabhupada coming down on the airport, and like looking larger than life. And the kirtan, of course, was building up to crescendo. And then when Srila Prabhupada he was like descending, and he looked so big, and he had all these beautiful garlands around his neck, and he was glowing, he was so effulgent. And as he was coming down, by the time he came to where I was, he was only just a touch taller than me. He was quite short, but he was enormous. And I just cried. Unstoppable. I just could not stop crying. It was, I was a little bit of an anarchist before. I wouldn't surrender much to any authority before I was a devotee. We were with the provost in Amsterdam, and to actually surrender to a spiritual master was like, you know, to surrender to anybody. But Srila Prabhupada, somehow or other, even having not seen him, he had taken a big place in my heart, and I wanted to give up whatever I needed to give up for him. And so as he was standing there, it was like my heart, oh, I shouldn't, microphone. My heart just knew that this is the person that is safe to give my life to. That if I want to give my heart and I want to give my life to a person, then this is the personality that I want to do it to. And that realization that here was my eternal spiritual master was very overwhelming. Srila Prabhupada said, he bent down and he looked, and then we were holding our breath. What did Prabhupada see? And then Prabhupada said, Krishna has no ankle bells. Krishna should always wear ankle bells. And here he showed, especially in deity worship, the being cautious, being careful about the details in the puja, not so much the show, but to make sure that whatever Prabhupada has given and told us what to use and which places the deities should be decorated, that it should be done. And very often you see pujaris don't put ankle bells, or here they always wear ankle bells because they know the story. Whenever I'd meet Srila Prabhupada and be face to face with him, the tears would always come. And so Srila Prabhupada said my name, Judy. And when I came, he asked for the principles, and then he held the beads up and he was chanting on them. And then he said, your name is Jyestha, Devi, Dasi. And he said, Jyestha means the eldest. And these are the beads he gave me and that he chanted on. When I was looking up at Srila Prabhupada's eyes, they looked like they were full of tears. They were really beautiful. Like he was like emotional, like a spiritual emotion, and yeah, glowing wet with tears. Then like I said, whenever somebody would do a service, they would always do it to their best of their ability. So one of the devotees was leading the kirtan and was playing the drum and fancy beats and all, a little bit showing off, And Srila Prabhupada said, as the kirtan stopped, he went, "You do not know how to sing Hari Haraya Nama Krishna?" He said, "There should never be a kirtan without Hari Haraya Nama Krishna." You know the song? Yadavaya Namaha. He said that, and I thought it was, in a way, was also showing that Prabhupada wasn't impressed, but we did. We always tried to do the service to our best, so Srila Prabhupada would be pleased. What I've learned from Srila Prabhupada is that there's been lots of ups and downs in life, and losing loved ones, and god sisters, god brothers that I was very close to, and it's like a bit of your heart goes. But because of, if I didn't have Srila Prabhupada and his teachings in my life, and the Maha Mantra, then I wouldn't have been able to go on. I would completely lose it. But because of Srila Prabhupada, his teachings and his life lessons are there every day to take shelter of. And it's helped me through the deepest and darkest times. It's like, one time I was walking around the temple, and it was like I actually heard Srila Prabhupada's cane. It was like Prabhupada said, "I'll be with you as much as you," like he said, "I'm never separated from my spiritual master." And I don't have those realizations. I'm not that advanced, but if I take shelter of the teachings and the philosophy and the memories that we have of Srila Prabhupada, then he's always with us. He said that. And I've seen devotees going through bodily. I've been with quite a few devotees when they were leaving the bodies, because that was my service, to help devotees. And somehow or other, Krishna always arranges that everything is like a dance. And devotees, just the kirtan is there, all the devotees are around, and the devotees, like this one devotee was Samba, and when he left his body, the people and the man in the bed next door, he said, "Oh, I'm so glad that we got to hear." It was like there was a chariot coming from heaven, he said. And the whole room was so uplifted, and we were afraid, Shrutakirti was there as well, and we were afraid that, we disturbed the person, but he could actually feel the air lifting, we're chanting in the Sringadev prayers. And this is the gift that Prabhupada has given. Je anilo